It's snowing and it's absolutely freezing outside. But inside it's nice and toasty warm. Wait, why am I still wearing all these layers? Ah, that's a lot better. It's nice and warm in here because we installed a diesel heater. I installed that a few weeks ago and made a video on it. And today I'm going to be reviewing the Planar 2D heater. For heating a van there's really three options. A wood burner, heating from gas, or heating from diesel. We didn't want to go with wood burner because it can take up a lot of space and getting insurance can be quite difficult. The reason most people would choose diesel over gas is because the diesel heaters produce a dry heat, where a gas heater will produce a wet heat, and that can cause issues with condensation and rust. Our main reason is because we don't have gas installed in the van, we cook from electricity, and so we didn't want to introduce a new type of fuel. For diesel heaters there's four options: a Webasto, an Eberspacher, a Planar, or a generic no-brand eBay item. While we wanted to save money, the eBay one wasn't an option for us. That's because they don't have a warranty and they're not safety tested, and for something that burns diesel and produces carbon monoxide we didn't want to risk it. That's not to say that they're not safe and that they can be used, but we just chose not to go down that route. That left us with the three big brand names of Webasto, Eberspacher and Planar. Ultimately the three brands are very alike, and we chose to go with Planar because it was significantly cheaper and still had the same features as the others. We bought ours from Miller online. They sell all three brands, with the Planar unit at £500 and the other two at around $640. If you're not familiar with Planar, they're a Russian company that has been around since the 90s and is the third largest diesel heater manufacturer in the world. When you compare the diesel and electricity usage between the three heaters, they are all very similar. One might use less in one way and more in the other. For example, the Eberspacher heater uses the least amount of power on its low setting, but it uses the most electricity on its high setting. So no one brand really stands out as a winner. For us, the diesel and electricity consumption wasn't a deciding factor, and it all came down to price. One thing people are worried about is the noise that some diesel heaters can make. On full power it is just like a normal electric fan heater that you'd have in your house in winter. When it's on a low setting the fan is a lot quieter and you can hear the diesel fuel pump underneath the vehicle clicking every few seconds, but during the day or sleeping at night you don't really notice the sound of it, and it is a lot better being nice and warm than being cold. As for the noise outside the van, you can hear it when you're within like 3 meters range, but any more than that and you can't hear it, and if there's any traffic noise or anything outside no one can hear it. On most days it's around 0 to -5 degrees, and if we're out exploring during the day we'll get back to the van at say 6 o'clock, turn the heater on at full power for an hour or two until the van's nice and warm, and then turn it down to half power till 10 or 11, and then we'll usually turn the heater off, and that'll usually keep us warm throughout the night until we wake up and turn it back on. If we're in the van all day and it's really cold or snowing like it is today, we'll leave the heater on all day just at like a half setting. We've taken the van into temperatures of -10 degrees, and even after being outside of the van all day we'll get back to the van, turn the heater on, and in half an hour it'll be nice and warm. So this is the controller for our heating unit. It's with all our other control panels, and on the unit it can tell you the time, day and the battery voltage. You can also push the up button and then it tells you the temperature of the control panel display and the temperature of the heater, which is 16 and 16 degrees. Going across you can set a timer, and then you can set 3 timers. You can set them on whatever day you want or on every day, and then you can set a time for it to turn on, and then it will automatically turn on, run I think for 2 hours or until you push a button. So that way if you're out and about you can set the timer to come on half an hour before you get in, and then the van will be nice and toasty. To start up the heater all you do is push the middle button, it'll say starting, the fan will turn on for a second, and then about 30 seconds later, once the glow plug's heated up, the diesel fuel pump will start to pump fuel into the heater and it'll start becoming warm again. You can set the heater so that it tries to maintain either a temperature at the heater, at the panel, or at an air sensor, or you can set it to just a by power, which means that you can set it to 2000 watts full power and then turn the power down if you want to halfway or so if it starts to get warmer, and that's what we usually set it at. And this is where the warm air comes out of. We've had the heater off while we've been filming, but now it's so nice and warm. If you put your hand right up close to it, it gets way too hot as well. So it is a lot of heat coming out of it. Overall, we're really happy with this heater and we would not be surviving winter without it. As I said earlier in this video, I did do another video on how to install this heater. And click subscribe to see more videos. We travel around Europe and make 3 videos a week about our adventure. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.